John, that's a defeat in the EFL Trophy late in the piece to Port Vale. I guess the important thing to discuss right at the start here is just how much it affected your team being down to 10 men for the last 10 minutes. It was 0-0 when the red card was shown.
It was, Dan. It was massive. I mean, it's a big decision. It's had a massive influence in the rest of the game going forward, as you can tell, because of the 2 goals that go in. So, it's so frustrated with it, honestly, because it's a coming together. In my opinion, it's just, he's just lifted his knee up, and I've heard that someone saying that it was his foot. The feedback we got, it was his foot. He's caught him with his foot. He never caught him with his foot. He's put his knee up. It was a coming together. He's turned. Roman Curtis is a good player. He's got good qualities. And Ben's just come into him. They've come together. It's a free kick. Simple as for me, in my opinion.
So you feel that it's a very harsh red card,
Definitely. And it's changed the game. It's changed the game because the lads have worked hard enough. They've had a really, really strong side out. As you can see, and you've seen what was out there. Did a good side. They've had a good start to the League One campaign for themselves. So we knew it was going to be tough, and then when I seen the team, I knew it was going to be tough, but I know what we've got there. And they've given everything tonight till that decision.
How difficult is it with what went before to take the way that this has ended? And obviously it means you can't qualify for the knockout stage now. It's costly for you.
Well, it is, but I don't know what to say. Well, I do know what to say, but I can't say it, if you know what I mean. So, so frustrated. It's as simple as that. So frustrated. And I'm not saying any more on it. I'm so frustrated with it all.
As far as your team's performance is concerned, what did you think of the sort of 80 minutes before the red card?
Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought we contained them. I thought we showed played some really good stuff at times. I thought when we went long and we put the ball in the challenge, we got in some good areas. And we created chances again. So Paddy's had a couple of chances, and those had a chances. So there's chances there getting created. You've got to hit the target, you've got to score. Simple as that. You've got to put the ball in the back of the net. No excuses, we didn't. But then you get to that moment in the game and you're thinking, okay, we're about to change it and do certain things, but it changes the game. So the lads have given everything to that moment in the game, and then all of a sudden it changes. And as I said, I'm not saying any more on it because I'm so frustrated. But in terms of how we went about it, in terms of changing the shape, the person that was on the pitch, how we played, everything else, couldn't be more happy with what we do, what we done, and how we were doing it and how we were going about it.
How important is it to have that flexibility? We talked about this in the build-up to the game, maybe trying things that you've worked on in training in these trophy games. How did you feel that change of shape, change of system, whatever you want to call it, worked tonight? Yeah,
it did. It worked quite well. It worked to Fleetwood. And at the end of the day, you get a point out. You want 3. You win in a game 2-0. They get a draw out and they win on penalties, Fleetwood. But at the end of the day is that you try these things. That's what the trophy's for. You could go really, really strong, but you've got to look after that. Bread and butter is the league. It's nice if we had a really, really, really strong squad like Port Vale have got, which they put out tonight. So at the end of the day, you can only do what you can do. We've done the shape, we've done the setup in terms of how we wanted to play with and without the ball. And the lads showed all that tonight. I couldn't be so pleased in how we went about it. And as I said, it's a massive frustration because you get to that moment in the game and it's, as I said, I can't speak any more about it, Dan, to be honest.
You've got a big league game at the weekend, Newport here. How much will players who've been involved tonight have put themselves into your thoughts for that game?
They all have, Dan. They all have, because the end of the day we've lost the last 2 games, and we can go through. We've analysed it in terms of the Barnet one and the Walsall one, top of the league and what have you, in terms of Barnet up there now because of the win on Saturday, just outside the playoffs. But we've played well in them games. We've analysed it. We've created chances. We've got to score goals. We don't. First goals, massive influence in the game. So we know what we've got to do. We've done it before in terms of the 2 previous games before that. So we've just spoken there, and I feel so sorry for them because, again, going back to that moment. So in terms of your question, everyone, and I said, go and get the share for Saturday. So the end of the day is that we'll analyse it again and we'll stick together.
How good is it to have, you mentioned Madden, obviously being able to start him tonight after a bit of a layoff, Connor Grant back in there as well in the starting 11. How big are guys like that coming back from injury at last?
Massive, because they've got the experience, haven't they? They've been there, seen it and done it. So what you want them to do now, you want Paddy to get his first goal and go on the roll nearly tonight with a couple, if you like. And you've got Connor, his football knowledge, his quality left foot, his balls in from corners, from set plays. Devon got in the end of one, Ben Ward's got in the end of one, got a couple of blocks and keepers making saves. So, to have them back is a massive plus for us.